Hey guys, today's video is for Moses Hill at Magnet Cove, Arkansas. Now, I had recorded quite a few things over there, not quite as much as what I should have, but most of my audio was just terrible. It was really windy for the first half of the day, and by the second half of the day, I was honestly getting a little bit frustrated because the dig there was a little bit different than most of the other digs I've been on. I just couldn't tell what anything was, so I didn't know if I was getting anything good or anything bad. And after we took some things home and got them cleaned up, I was like, man, those things turned out much better than what I thought. For some of them. Some of them didn't quite turn out anywhere good as what I thought. We saw little bumps and stuff like that poking out of some of the mud, and we hoped that they were points, but they weren't. But that's okay. And the bad thing is you're paying $80 for a 1 gallon bucket. And so if you get a rock the size of like a fist, you can only fit so many of those in a 1 gallon bucket. And if it turns out to be a stinker, well, then it's like, that's kind of a waste of material. One of mine was about the size of a grapefruit, so it was a little bit bigger than a fist. And I was like, man, it didn't have anything on it, but that's okay. It was a fun experience. I would love to go back. I've only been there the one time, and I think you kind of need to have some experience under your belt when you go there. The first time, sometimes people just hit it out of the park and they do great. For me, it's kind of like I could tell you how to drive, but if you get behind the wheel, then you figure it out much quicker, and that experience is the best teacher. And I think digging at Magnet Cove there at Moses Hill is kind of the same way, where experience is going to be your best teacher. So you could do some research and stuff, which is great, but I think getting your hands in the dirt and actually seeing what the material's like and seeing how hard some of it is to clean, then it starts to be like, yeah, the light bulb clicks on, and you're like, okay, this isn't quite as easy as what I thought, you know? So you have to be more selective with your finds there, which is all good. But it's hard because you're like, it's $80 for 1 gallon bucket, and so you have to be really selective. And so it just kind of hurts whenever you find something and it's not very good, and you're like, yeah, I had a great time. Thank you, Avant. Thank you, Bryan Major, for everything. My son and I, we had a great time at the dig. Lots of great people. It was a beautiful day. Like I said, it was windy, so a lot of my audio was just kind of trashed, unfortunately. Sometimes that happens. I need to get a little bit better equipment because right now I'm pretty much just filming with my phone or sometimes with an old GoPro. I dug for two friends. My son, Ben, he dug for both he and I. And overall, very happy with our finds. There are some things that I wish had some better stuff on it or had some stuff on it. Absolutely loved it. Beautiful drive down there, beautiful day. Lots of great like-minded folks just getting out there and getting our hands in the dirt and having a lot of fun. And I got to spend some one-on-one time with my boy who's in college. And so those are few and far between right now. And so that just made my day, and to be able to find some cool rocks on top of that, that's just icing on the cake. So even if I didn't find anything that day, I had a great time, and I want to keep the bigger picture in mind. So, but yeah, thanks again, Avant. Thank you, Bryan, for everything. Hey guys, we are out here at Moses Hill doing the Magnet Cove Brookite dig. So let's get into it and see what we can find. I have my son Ben here with me today, and he found our first point for the day, a little smoky quartz. My son Ben just found this little Brookite piece, a little smaller than 1/4 inch. So Ben just found this little smoky quartz cluster. We'll clean that up when we get home and see how it looks all cleaned up. Here is the smoky quartz that I just found. Here goes on. I'll get that one. That goes in there. The material, it's hard to tell what this stuff is. My son Ben just found this. We're going to take this one home and we'll see how it looks all cleaned up. Great find, baby son. It's really hard to find this stuff. My son Ben's working over here. He's got a good hole going. And a lot of this stuff, it's hard to tell what it is. But sometimes you see some nice faces. So I'm hoping that this will be pretty nice. I wonder if this one here is a phantom. You gotta be careful when you're digging around over here at Magnet Cove. There's wildlife that live here. Hello there, little buddy.
That is a trapdoor spider.
It is a trapdoor spider? I was thinking that was a trapdoor spider. They have that shine like that. All right there, little man. No, it's just a baby. Come here. All right, let's get you down there. Whoops. There you go. All right. You be safe. That's a good spider. Hey guys, my first time here. Honestly, we haven't quite done as well as what we had hoped. We found some good stuff, we think. I dug for my friend Avery and for my friend Darren, and I did the best I could. I filled up their gallon buckets and have it going over a little bit, so hopefully they'll be okay with that when we walk out the door. A lot of the pieces that we've been finding have been kind of broken or chipped, and so I've just kind of struggled just being able to find some video. Hopefully we got some Brookite on some of them, and hopefully we've got some good stuff to show. My son Ben is better at finding things than I am, and so Darren, Avery, I apologize. I hope you get some good stuff, because I don't know what it's going to look like until you get it cleaned up, so I'm just kind of guessing. It's like, hey, that looks like it might have some Brookite on it. That looks like it might have something good on it, so so hopefully you'll be happy with what you got. And Avery, congratulations again on the twins. Very proud of you, and very happy for you as a dad of twins, so I'd do it again in a heartbeat if I could. See, we find these clay balls, but in these clay balls we will find these smoky quartz pieces, but they're just kind of broken, chipped looking pieces. We found 1 million of those. Nothing that looks like it has like a noticeable point on it. We found a few that have points on them, and some where we hope that may be some Brookite. So like that right there, you just see what looks like maybe a little bit of a druzy or something, but it's just, I think it's just broken quartz from it just being chipped. So basically what I've been doing is I'll find a ball of clay, and then I'll just break it up and try to feel something hard to where I can feel a crystal in there. And there's been some loose Brookite pieces. The average Brookite piece that we've been finding is about maybe a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch in diameter. So they're really hard to spot in all of this clay. It's just been not necessarily a hard dig, because it's kind of it's a tailings dig. It's just more of a I don't know, it's just different type of a dig, a different type of material. One of the nice things that they have done is give us these little brushes where we can find a piece of quartz like this, and we can take it, that's hard to do one-handed, and brush it to get an idea of what might be underneath there. Try to find some, see if there's any little faces of Brookite or anything like that on any of the quartz pieces. So this is an example of the Brookite that we've been finding, just like little itty bitty triangular shapes, and that's the size of my thumb. So you're looking at maybe 1/8 of an inch or so, if that, a little bit less, about 2 millimeters maybe. So basically, most of the stuff that we're finding is like this right here, where we've got some clean sides, but there's noticeable damage. This looks like it's a key where it fits into another quartz crystal. You see those rings there, but there's no noticeable point or anything like that. And so we're just we're keeping stuff like this right here and just kind of hoping for the best. There might be brook on it, there might not. I'm kind of leaning towards probably not on this piece, but for the most part, this is the kind of stuff that we've been finding, just like a lot of broken stuff, like this right here. Still, my son Ben, he's done a good job. He's found a few good clusters and all that stuff, so very proud of you, son. Good job, Bubba. Knuckle it up. Finding the red clay is
Crucial.
yeah. The best pieces we've been finding are in this red clay. I think this right here has potential to look really nice after we get it all cleaned up. Check out this brookite found by Atlanta right here. So great job.
I still have, when they opened up, we had a grand opening for that.
Let me get this over here in the sunlight. That piece is beautiful. Let's get a good close-up of that.
Not
See
last
that?
year, that was taken 2 or 3 years ago. That was,
But not forever though, right? Atlanta also found this piece right here. Check this out.
We did a
That is a
wave light, and we
beautiful
also went
quartz.
to a turquoise mine. That was the first time we went to a turquoise mine. And
I'm thinking that maybe there might be some brookite right down in there,
that mountain.
hidden in that dirt. I hope so.
Well,
Such a beautiful piece. Great find. Here's a quick look at some of our finds yesterday. I've got this, and then we've got a few more down here in the bucket still. And what I'm going to do, I've got a 1/4 inch mesh, and then underneath that I've got about 16 mesh. And I'm just going to blast everything with the power washer. Anything smaller than a 1/4 inch, like a lot of the brookite, will fall through, and they will catch down there on that 16 mesh. And then all the silt and everything will just filter on through. My son Ben, he found some good stuff yesterday. Everything is smaller that we found at Moses Hill yesterday. So hopefully this will turn out nice. Here's another double terminated one. Hopefully it'll turn out nice as well. So here are my son Ben's other finds that were in that bucket. I just wanted to lay some of them out. And a lot of these things, like, you can't quite tell what they are just by looking at them, but you know, you see the little bumps and stuff, and you just kind of hope for the best. You try to scrub them off as best as you can with a little scrubby brush, but yeah, you're just kind of like, well, your guess is good as mine kind of a thing. This was both of our first time there, so we didn't have any experience of digging at this location, so we weren't quite sure what to expect or how to do it all. But that looks like it's going to have some pretty good stuff on it, at least we hope. But we shall see. Same thing with this larger one over here. We kept that because it looked like a vein, like two like quartz going up that way and then coming down, and hoping that maybe there's something in there. I don't know. It's just some of these, like that one right there's got a few faces shining at us, but we don't know what it is. So hopefully It's some Brookite. I'm not sure. And this right here was his biggest find. He wanted to break this down, and I didn't want him to. So I'm really hoping that this one here turns out to be kind of nice. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.